really emotional. Like, I'm just so happy and like so proud of myself for being out here and doing this, because I mean, to some people it's like nothing, but for me, like, I worked really hard and I put years of preparation into being able to do trips like this, and like now I'm actually out here doing it, and it's really amazing. First multi-night solo trip, and it's a big one. This video documents a 5-day, 4-night solo backpacking trip in Colorado's San Juan Mountains. This is my first multi-day solo backpacking trip and my first off-trail cross-country route. So refreshing. I'm so hot right now. Oh, what a slog. I start my first day by leaving the Pine River Trailhead and heading up to Emerald Lake. Part of what I'm doing tomorrow is off trail, and I have the map routed in the All Trails app on my phone, and I also have a physical map. Something that I've been running into, having an issue understanding, is that, and I just figured it out, All Trails is missing a lake. It's missing Moon Lake. Sorry. That lake right there. So the larger lake in the center of the screen, that's Rock Lake. That's on the other side of the basin, or the other basin, I'm sorry. Below that, that is Half Moon Lake. And just below that should be Moon Lake in that area. It's not there. But if we go to the physical map, we see Rock Lake, Half Moon Lake, Moon Lake. What? I'm completely confident that I'll be able to figure out the route despite the missing lake on the digital version. I just use that kind of as tracking so I can get the stats of my trip, and then as kind of a backup with the map, just because although I have my Garmin, I can check my coordinates and find my location on my map using those. This one is a little bit faster than that process, so it's just kind of nice to use the two in conjunction with each other, and I think I'll be fine. I have confidence. Okay, I'm kind of just like, what is even happening right now? I just had a bald eagle fly out of a tree that was about 10 feet away from me. I just saw a bald eagle. Oh, I didn't get it. I paused here. That's the nest. Oh, wow. And then as I was standing behind the camera setting up this shot, a hawk literally flew about 4 feet away from me, like at my level. It came down from behind here. Okay. That's just how, I mean, not even to mention when I was sleeping at the trailhead the night before starting this trip, I literally came face to face with a black bear through a pane of glass, a car window that was 1/4 open. So, I'm sleeping in my car at the trailhead. Well, I'm not sleeping, trying to sleep. The passenger back window is right by me, and I have it cracked a little bit with some netting over it. And so I naturally kind of glanced out of that when I was sitting up to fix the mattress. And there was a huge black bear. My encounters with wildlife are getting a little wild. I'm on day 2. This is the crux of the trip. It's about 10 o'clock, or at least it will be once I pick up my stuff and get moving again. I am departing Emerald Lake and am headed off up the canyon to Moon Lake. This is where I expect the climbing to start. And it is the crux because if I camp tonight at Moon Lake, if by the time I get there I'm done, I'm spent, I'm ready to call it a night, then I cut the trip short. If I manage to get there and feel like taking a break and then starting in on the off-trail portion of my trip, which will crest the ridge and drop down into the Rock Creek Basin beyond, then I can stick to the full length of the trip. So, pressure's on, but regardless of what happens, it's been amazing so far. I'm feeling great. I'm just like exuberant. Like I feel so happy and I feel like I could cry. Oh. I hear you. I hear you. I'm not coming to bother you. I've gone 6 miles and I still have probably 2 left. Hopefully those calculations are correct. And at least 1,500 feet of elevation gain left. Actually, maybe like 1,000. That's not too bad. Yeah, it's 1,000 of elevation gain, probably like 2 miles, I think. So I'm thinking Moon Lake will be the destination for today. I don't know. It's still early. It's still like 12:30, so you never know. I'm just taking it easy up this hill. This is Moon Lake, and it's camp for night number 2. I'm not disappointed that I only made it to Moon Lake. It was 7.5 miles today, so a few more miles than I thought. So it doesn't mean that I'm going to give up on my full route, because I was kind of breaking down the 50 miles of my full route by the number of days that I brought food for, and I still did a decent amount of miles today. And the miles that I didn't do with all the climbing today, on the second end of the trip where I'm going downhill and not that steeply, I'm sure I can make those up. I pulled into Moon Lake, and there's actually a family. I think they're a party of 6, and they're camping kind of like in the outlet of the lake near that area. And the woman flagged me down and said, "Let me show you this campsite." So she pointed out where I should go to find the campsite that I'm staying at, and I'm so thankful that she did. One, not only did I not have to search for a campsite, but 2, this campsite is amazing. So beautiful. I don't even know which way to look. And I was able to climb down on some rocks and a path to my own little private cove where I spent the afternoon swimming and sunbathing and just relaxing and feeling refreshed. I see you, Pika. So I am not at all disappointed. This has been an amazing trip so far, and I'm so excited for what's to come. Half Moon Lake. Really steep drop. Rock Lake down to Rock Creek Trail. Head east. Today was what I thought the crux of the trip, but stay tuned because apparently tomorrow is. I'm a little bit nervous for today. I have confidence. I know that I'll be fine, that if a problem arises, I can figure it out. I know I have the experience and knowledge to do that. I'm feeling a little bit tired today. Did not sleep well last night. I was actually looking at the map, and I think there's a little bit of a change that I'm going to make from what my plan was yesterday evening. I'm going to try out the other plan today, which is even more off-trail stuff. But I'm hoping it'll actually be less descent and ascent again, I will kind of maintain a higher elevation, so I won't have to climb as much again on the second half of the day. I am just packing up camp, and then it's time to hit the trail. I'm excited. I didn't sleep because I think the wheels were turning in my mind, and it's like today I need to not only be physically strong, but I need to be mentally strong too, because I have to find the way. So better get moving. Really emotional. Like, I'm just so happy and like so proud of myself for being out here and doing this, because I mean, to some people it's like nothing, but for me, like, I worked really hard and I put years of preparation into being able to do trips like this, and like now I'm actually out here doing it, and it's really amazing. There is Rock Lake. That's where I'm going. Back in there. My original plan had me dropping down here to Rock Lake. There's a trail out of Rock Lake. You kind of have to drop down a little bit further, and you climb back up and catch the Continental Divide Trail. And then I was going to go over to Twin Lakes, which is up, you can't see it, but it's up over in that direction. I've changed my plan a little bit. Instead of going all the way down to Rock Lake, I'm going to cut over here between these two and through here, and that'll actually take me to a lake called Little Flint Lake. From there, I'll have to drop down a little bit. I'll hit the Flint Creek Trail for just a second and then climb back up to the Continental Divide, but there'll be less elevation loss and less elevation gain if I do it that way. And it's more adventurous. Ever since I started backpacking, I desired to head into the unknown wilderness off-trail. It was a desire that stemmed from my wonder of the mountains even as a little girl. Ooh, thunder. I figured out rather quickly into my journey into the outdoors that in order to visit these mysterious locations, I needed to break down the mystery by studying maps, learning to navigate, and translating that into the practical application of reading landscapes. I could go explore these off-trail areas only after I had honed the skills to know what I should expect to find. So I've spent the last couple of years teaching myself these skills. Time at home reading, taking courses, and practical application finally led me to trying it out on this trip. My least favorite kind of thing is fields.
Get up. Find your feet. Falling asleep, son. Time to get a move on.
While I'm doing this, I have two main objectives. Do not get hurt, do not get cliffed out. As long as those two things don't happen, then everything else is recoverable. This is definitely the most challenging part so far. As you can see, I'm just kind of in the willows. I've got to cross Flint Creek. It just came down really steep bank. Now I'm completely off trail and just working my way through. Hey, I found the trail an hour and 25 minutes after leaving camp. That was fun off-trail adventure, but this is a nice relief. Yay! Well, I am now on the Pine River Trail. I actually finished up with the Flint Creek Trail, and I made camp right here at the junction. It's almost 8 p.m., so there's not very much light left in the sky. I felt like I could have kept hiking, and that's kind of what happened earlier. After I did that off-trail portion from Little Flint Lake, and then I met up with the Flint Creek Trail, I followed it down for a bit. It was pretty slow going. It was just like super hot. The sun felt very strong, and I was just feeling like kind of zapped. So I came to this meadow. Feeling exhausted from the challenges of the morning and the heat of the strong summer sun, I wandered into a meadow and sought sanctuary. I had decided to shorten my route and not push to climb the Continental Divide, so I found myself with some extra time. What a miracle these moments in the meadow provided, for as soon as I got up and decided to continue on, I felt so rested that I didn't want to stop hiking even as the sun dipped behind the peaks. I just kept going. And then I ran out of trail on Flint Creek. And I honestly would still be hiking, except that I don't want to hike in the dark. So this is camp for tonight. It's actually a pretty large campsite I have here all to myself. And I think it's going to be very comfortable. It was a good day. It's a couple of hours where it felt rough. But it all worked out in the end, and now I'm ending the day feeling good. So there you go. Another beautiful day in the books. This solo trip ended with a short night at camp, an early morning, and a 15-mile hike out to try to beat the heat. I left feeling incredibly proud of myself and excited to plan some new adventures.